its own. This shit's haunted.
Drink more water.
We live. Wait,
That sound is crazy.
why is it showing the broadcast ain't available? Hold up.
What was that noise?
Oh,
Oh, that's my phone vibrating? I don't
yeah,
know
but
what it
he has to
is.
check first.
It was
That's
showing
that
broadcast not
voodoo.
available. Hold up.
Maybe it's the Wi-Fi. Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Yeah, everybody turn the Wi-Fi off.
I've been
Wi-Fi,
turning that off.
no, I don't think I've ever been connected to the Wi-Fi.
I'm
honestly.
not on the Wi-Fi.
It doesn't connect for me. Alright, it's deleted.
All right. Now we're good. Now I can see that we're actually good. So
So you're good? Are you okay?
I'm absolutely fine.
And we are back with another episode of Nothing But Facts. Season 2, episode 16. I'm Chloe Rogers, grandson of Steve Rogers, son of Aaron Rogers. And I'm here with Mr. Fruity Loop. How many colors do you have in your hair, Trilbo?
It's
The bestest co-host in the
it's
whole wide
3
world.
in my
I'm
hair
looking like
right
a
now.
bag of Skittles.
You just said, fuck it?
Yeah, you know, like I said, some dye came in the mail from Amazon. I was like, ooh, it'll work.
But did it like just appear or like?
It kind of did. I didn't place the order. I seen it on my Amazon account. Turns out someone in my family ordered it. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to try it too.
And what's the inspiration behind the colors? Because you literally got purple, copper, and blue. Like
It's what was available. Literally, I used all. Just, I was like,
you're
I
finding
need
your
it.
way,
I see
chill.
5 colors in total.
exactly.
Because some of them faded into other colors.
Ex-
Yeah,
that's
that's what
the
I'm saying.
finest.
One looks
Let me
gold. It's
also
pretty it's
put
pretty
it out
dope.
on
It's
the
right here.
record. Let me put it on the record that the colors he dyes his hair with gets on the headphones that I provide for the show.
Yeah, you know, it happens. It
Mono, you
happens.
doing good?
Yo, I'm always fucking good, man. We're blessed out here.
And as a network, the NBA is coming back. So if you need to play some bets,
whoa,
listen here. I was about to go into it. Give me a second. He has a podcast, Gamble on Ginter. The NBA is coming back. Mr. Pete, you're gonna place those parlay bets, all that shit. How you doing, bro?
Oh my
Good,
God,
dude.
betting is
We're
back.
great.
Exactly, you
Just
gotta
thought
let me-
about it.
We get to bet again. That's great.
He'll bet on
Oh my
anything, and
God.
he's positive every time. When you show me you show me a ticket. It was some I never heard these schools in my life, and you
I
won
don't
the
even think
bet.
they were schools. I think they were just teams that just play sports somewhere. That's it.
It's a dark place, to be honest. There's a dark hole that is just a. I mean, I'm trying to think of a regular game like a Sam Houston State game.
It's Parlay Pete, a.k.a. Coach,
Yeah,
a.k.a. Ginty Fresh,
I appreciate it, guys.
a.k.a. The Herb.
Good to be back. You know, I thought you guys would just kick me off for good after the first time.
We
so
thought
I'm glad
about
to
it.
come back.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
about it. But we're here. We're here. Yo, so what do we got on the menu today, man? Let's fucking talk. I feel like we've been missing out on a lot.
Winston, you like pigskin?
Yeah, we gonna bring up them past tweets, I guess. I mean, I can live through it. It's no problem. You know, I was a different child at that time.
No, there's something wrong with you. I'm gonna find him.
It's cool. You know, I was playing football at the time, so I was like, yeah, I need to sleep with a football. I need as many footballs as possible. You feel me? More
Willie got a
footballs I'm
pigskin
familiar with.
fetish.
Isn't whoa? You make it sound like I was doing stuff with the footballs. I literally
Yo,
just,
Chloe, you ready to expose him?
I just, you
That
know,
shit's up, but
I just had the
Oh,
footballs
here it
with
is.
me. You feel me? Like, for instance, when your peoples go on business trips.
confession night. Shut your
Oh,
mouth, Winton.
Jesus.
I'm about to mute you.
We have proof. We
confession
have
night.
tweets.
Oh,
November of 2012. Confession #confession night. I sleep with the football all my life. Laughing emoji and the smirk face emoji.
Yo, that's a suggestive
That's not fair.
face, man. Like, whenever you send that face, it's because you know you're up to something. And by something, I mean, you know, you're doing something you shouldn't be talking about out loud.
He has a picture with the
Wow.
football on his bare feet in his bed saying, I love any football. And it's from the Orange Bowl.
Wait, you sleep with it by your feet?
On his feet.
You know what Drew said?
He's like holding it by his feet.
Drew said
Wow.
he just got finished fucking the football.
That's an untrue statement.
He was trying to
That
get
is
the
a-
football
See,
to suck his
it,
toes.
see, when I
my
imagined
boy.
it, I imagined it under his arm. Like he had to hold a football, make
It
sure
was
he never
just for
dropped
that
the football.
picture, you
He
feel
said when
me?
his family would go out of town, he asks
Yo,
for
look,
footballs
he's
to come
sweating
back.
now. He's getting all nervous.
I've never.
He knows
This is
he's
the
getting
first. This is the
How
first
many-
time I've seen this
That boy
picture.
looking like Chris D'Elia when the accusations started
How
coming
many
out. Like,
footballs
what?
do you have?
Right now,
Yes. in your lifetime?
Oh, lifetime shit.
Better yet, wait, Pete's here. So
Probably
Pete,
like
what's the
50
over
or
under?
60.
Oh my god.
That's way more football.
Those are R. Kelly numbers,
16?
bro.
Was there a
I
coach
mean,
in your house at one point?
No,
Because you
I
got to
mean,
have a bag of
I-
footballs
I
to
did-
reach that
I-
number.
Okay,
Instead
so
of,
I
like, action
coached.
figures and stuff. He had footballs just around his room. He would run
And
over
even
to-
so, like,
He would do 'em
if you're in a place that plays football, you literally just need one football.
Nah. So, boom. My dad, he had coached, you feel me? He did a little something for a
Okay,
little minute.
yeah, that makes sense. All right,
And
I'm
then
with
I-
you now.
And then I picked up coaching for a little minute as, community service, just,
Or you just wanted to
Easy.
get your hands on more footballs.
I mean, it was, keep it honest.
Yeah.
I was able to get around as many footballs as possible, and, I was out here getting my community service hours.
And
so I
there were
graduated.
little kids present when you
Whoa,
were hunting
see,
down these
there
footballs.
You're just making statements that don't need to be made. Yes,
So you have like
Yes.
60
I can't-
football
I can't-
bodies.
It's not like I was coaching grown men as a high school.
Yeah.
Who else can I coach? Who are they gonna regulate me to coach besides children? So,
So how old are you hunting down footballs around little children?
how I was in, like I said, community service. It was my senior year. I was 17, 18.
I can't
There's
believe he's
nothing wrong
calling
with
this
it.
a service right now.
It was community service. Exactly. I was out there working with the kids, form lifelong relationships. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was out there giving back to the community
Do we have any
at
other
a young
tweets?
age.
What other tweets we got on him? Because I know we found like
it started
at least
off
like
with
7.
me
That
saying
picture-
he
that
called me.
picture's
He
hilarious.
called me a crack fiend because I showed him a picture of my team.
Exactly.
They were coming out with the next pack of all the upcoming people in the draft. This man.
Yo, and y'all be
I
on the
told him-
lookout. Chloe about to
I
start
told
streaming
him-
his
I
2K
told him
shit.
he's a crackhead for high school football. He says, "Show me the proof."
Oh man.
Let me go back. Hold up, because it went down.
This can't. I
Yeah.
mean,
It was
it's a lot
definitely
of
by
people
those
that,
tweets.
I can't lie.
See-
High
see,
school
imagine
sports,
the-
yeah, it's a crack.
I mean, I remember when I
said-
got like a new bat when I was a baseball player. I would keep it next to my bed for a full day, but it would go in the bag after that, and I would use it when I was at
This is how
baseball.
much you
nah,
love high
it
school
had to
football.
it was around.
December
me.
2012.
I mean, I had a football in my closet always.
Nah, it had
but
to
I
sleep
had to be
with me.
holding it.
Like it had to sleep with me. Like if I'm in the bed, I'm
You
awake.
cuddled it, bro.
That's the thing. No, he balanced it on his feet.
Yeah, he
just
cuddled
hold
it
up
with
to
his
your
feet.
subject.
You do passes and you pass
Yeah,
me.
just like, bruh,
You have a
like,
whole
what?
game in your room.
Bruh, like, come on now.
Have you ever kicked the football up into your arms? Multiple
Mm.
times, right?
Now that I think about it, no. I've treated a football like a basketball. I've able to perfect it where it can bounce up into my hand perfectly.
Oh,
That's how much
shit,
crack
you
I was
damn
on.
dark magician.
Exactly. You feel
Yeah,
me?
you like the
That's some
crackhead taming
airbender shit.
squirrels.
What
So
type of
it's-
element you got?
I don't know. I could dribble a football though. That's basically my.
That's a
whole-
superpower.
You could throw that at someone as a boomerang.
I could do a lot with a football.
That's the South Florida Nation tribe.
He said, "Am I the only one checking for high school playoff games?
Mind
High school
you, I
football
was
players on
16
billboards.
years
Big baby Glenn
old.
Davis high school football highlights. The craziest thing
Why
I've
are you
seen in a
searching
while.
up Big Baby
This
Glenn
was
Davis
2017.
highlights?
This
Like
was
what?
3 years ago. He's tweeting this.
Like who thinks to
How
himself?
bored are you?
Let me explain this too, right? Willie is the person who showed me a video of Stevie Wonder taking a free throw. So I'm not surprised like these are the things he's looking up right now. Like what?
How do you do? I didn't see the video.
It's been taken down. It's
Yo,
been removed from YouTube because it's.
All I have to say is,
it's-
right? I can't help but say I'm probably bound to go to hell for looking at that video thanks to Willie.
How
Right,
about the
Willie-
people that are
Willie
around
doomed
him?
my soul.
They're like, here, shoot the free throw.
Bruh, it was a gym full of people. and
Yo,
they were
it was a
like-
whole middle school at least in there. Yo, and like someone in his camp had to have told him, Stevie, this is a great idea. They want you to do this. And it's like, no, there's certain
That's-
things you just
He
don't
may have
do.
needed like some help.
Yeah, there's
Somebody
certain
gave him
things
a
you
push.
just don't do, right? You don't ask a blind man, let alone Stevie Wonder, who's like the blind man, to shoot a free throw.
What was-
He's blind man. What is he like?
Whoa.
I
Like
think
he's
most-
like the guy. Like like
What
when
do
it
you
comes
mean?
to it, like when you think of like big time blind people, like Stevie Wonder is the person that's gonna
Big
pop up.
time.
Wasn't there like a Grammys or something where they
The
gave
most
him a
valuable
card to
blind
announce?
person. Oh
Yeah,
my
Yeah,
God.
that's
and
what
he
I'm
said the
saying.
winner
You
Like,
say
is-
he's the MVP?
huh? That's
valuable
saying he's the
blind
MVP.
person?
Yo, like
Okay.
honestly, like I'm talking about like like when people think of like all right, like blind people that did it big, like he's obviously one, right? Ray Charles is another. Andrea Bocelli, that's another
I seen a
talented
blind man
motherfucker.
on Twitter the other day take a free throw in his driveway.
And he made it on the first
Exactly.
try.
I saw that
So-
too.
But I'm sure maybe he had a chance before he went
Daredevil.
blind that he may have known how to shoot a ball because he had a nice form when he shot the ball.
He a
Stevie Wonder,
superhero.
when he shot it,
He a
he was
superhero.
just like, fuck it, here we go. And he kind of just threw the ball up in the air. Like he never shot a basketball before.
I feel like they just had to explain like some of the science to it. They was like, Stevie, it's at 10 feet. you're standing about 14 feet away.
So-
Just throw it this high.
How do
It
you
may
think
be something
how do you think Stevie Wonder did
This
in
is
physics?
so fucked. This conversation is
You
so
said what?
fucked.
I mean,
What'd
That's
you
it.
say?
What's the next topic? What's the next topic?
Stevie Wonder, no distance.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You gotta chill.
Hey man, like look, Beethoven was deaf and he was a great musician.
Oh,
right?
hold on. You just
Yeah,
brought up the biggest
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Beethoven was black,
Yeah.
homie. You feel me? That's
Wait,
why
alright,
Beethoven.
I heard people talking about this. I still haven't looked into that, so
Is
I'm
that
not even
even
going to
true?
discuss that part. But I know he was
if Twitter
deaf.
say it's true, it's true.
Yeah, that's
Twitter's the news-
Twitter's the most
Twitter's
valuable
loose.
source.
Look,
in the
look,
world.
I haven't looked into it. I just seen people talking about it. I haven't looked into it, so I ain't even going to talk about it.
Who you trust more, Twitter or Fox?
Bro, I haven't even looked
Twitter.
onto Twitter as far as where the facts came from. I just saw
I
like
got
one
Twitter
post
for
on
100
Facebook.
Jim.
I was like, look, I'm not going to say nothing just
Twitter.
yet. I have something to look into. You reminded me that this is a new topic, right?
Twitter has taught me more.
you're saying that's an 100% fact.
Yes. Twitter
Twitter.
told me.
All right.
If Twitter told me, it's a fact.
As
Like
far
said.
as I know right
Twitter.
now, right? Beethoven was deaf, right? And he was a great pianist. All right? He was a great musician and like he was great at what he did. Okay? So when people think of deaf people that did it big, Beethoven's an example, all right? So that's all I'm trying to say. All right? All right? So we good?
How did we get here?
I don't know. But that's why I'm asking Chloe, what is the next topic? Because we what?
It's a dark hole.
This is
we're
what
going
the
down,
quarantine
man.
does to you. This is what the quarantine does to you. You get all these topics.
That's what Corona did.
Yeah, honestly, like we're like Willie's hair right now.
just that's honestly why I'm.
It's
doing
crazy.
it.
We just went full circle. We started talking about Willie's hair color. We made it back to Willie's hair color. So what's the next topic?
Oh shit!
You assaulting the mic.
NBA schedule. It came out yesterday.
Off the
It's
rip.
rigged. You guys have the hardest schedule. The Pelicans have the easiest, and the Grizzlies have the fifth hardest.
What do you mean, you guys?
Like, why do they give
The
the
Heat.
Heat
I'm-
the
I'm-
hardest
I'm-
schedule?
I'm not a Heat fan.
Okay,
He knows I'm a Heat fan, though. You feel me?
I know.
You guys.
There we go.
Are you a Heat fan?
Yes.
You guys.
You feel me? Like,
No, I mean, no. It's definitely not fair that for some reason they've got to play the hardest amount of teams possible. But I mean, it's all seeding for the big thing. So
Mhm.
all these games really do. There's no home court advantage. Just get your 8 games in. Hopefully, you qualify and play someone not as good as you've played. Hopefully, you pull the Wizards. Like,
oh
Hopefully-
man,
I mean, they can't even play the Wizards, and I feel like they're the closest geographically.
Isn't it like the Lakers versus the Clippers in the first game back?
Yeah.
Oof.
I need you to
Solid.
understand that the Pelicans get to play the Kings twice.
Oh, it's a wrap,
Like their last 5 games,
bro. I'm
I
telling
don't
you,
think
they're
anybody's
setting,
qualified for the
Pelicans
playoffs.
they're
play
setting it
I-
up for
I
the
love
Jazz,
Pelicans to
I
have
love
that
Buddy
success.
Hield.
Jazz, Clippers, Grizzlies, Kings, Wizards, Spurs, Kings, Magic.
Did you
To
they
coach
Say
played
that
the-
again,
It's a
please.
wrap.
How did the Magic
The
even
Jazz, Clippers, Grizzlies, Kings, Wizards, Spurs, Kings, Magic.
Nah,
make it? The
Pelicans
Clippers and the
gonna make
Jazz
it
are their
to-
hardest games, and that's even if the Jazz is Rudy Gobert coming back? Did
Oh,
they
yeah,
cut him?
Yeah, but they Bogon's out. Bohan.
Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Yeah, they fried. Joe Ingles got to go back to playoff, man.
You see Paul
Rudy
George.
Gobert.
He's honestly they got to
Jesus.
trade him this offseason. Like, it's a wrap.
Yeah, you saw what Paul George said about his time in Indiana. That they said that, or he said that they could have gotten Anthony Davis.
It was Anthony Davis at the time.
Well, like he said, he hinted at it, and people are saying like it
That
could
was
have been.
in, I
Anthony
think
Da-
that was.
he
That
said
would
it
have
was
been
the
in,
best power forward
That
at
would
the
have been
time.
like in 2013.
It was
AD
either Blake or
K
Kevin Love.
or LaMarcus Aldridge, one of them. Anthony
I can see
Davis
it
was
maybe
way too
being
young.
K Love right before he went to Cleveland.
You give him Blake Griffin,
I think it was
they would have
Blake.
been doing some foolishness over there.
Ooh, that the
He would
dunking
have
on
taught
that
him how
team.
to shoot and stuff. He'd have been
Yeah,
like,
it
okay,
would've
we
been
can
a
do
wrap.
this. We don't need
They
Roy
both-
Hibbert. What?
Yeah, poor
It's crazy
Blake
how
Griffin.
Roy Hibbert fell off.
A lot of people. fell.
Done.
Bruh, that Indiana team was just a whole bunch of homeless people playing basketball
Yeah.
around Paul George.
And Lance Stevenson blowing in people's ears and shit.
But Lance
He was the top
Stevenson,
one.
like during
Hey, they were
mo-
fun to watch though.
but he was a bench warmer for most of it. He only came in that last
And he
series.
did some
That one
crazy shit.
huge year he had with Indiana. I remember that fondly.
They was like, oh, he can get under LeBron's skin. He can't even score, but this'll work. This'll definitely
Nah,
work.
he had that one year he dropped like almost 20 points a game. Like
Oh,
he,
yeah,
He was
once.
balling.
he got
when
his
he
buckets,
got his
man.
contract and he went to Charlotte, and they was like, yeah, you could be
He's
the
a
number
New
one
York
option.
He's a New York City legend as far as
Yeah.
in high school ball. Like
I think he got
that
offered
carries weight.
at like him and Deion Waiters were one of the few to get offered at like 14 in New York on some just different breed stuff. But Deion Waiters from Philly, my bad. Philly cheese.
Philly cheese.
Your brain is Philly cheese, bro.
At this point,
How do you feel about the Heat having the hardest schedule?
I mean, it doesn't surprise
Can
me.
you read off the schedule, honestly?
I'm gonna find it.
Because
I know we
thi-
play the Pacers
Who they start?
twice.
The Pacers, I mean, I feel like we play very
the
well against
Celtics
them.
as well. I know we play.
No home court advantage. That's interesting with any of these, though. Like, if you're playing, the huge advantage in the regular season is it at Boston or is it in Miami?
They play the Heat's 8 games. It's Heat against Nuggets the first game, Heat against Raptors, Heat against Celtics, Heat against Bucks, Heat against Suns, against Pacers, Thunder, Pacers.
The only
5
team
straight
that's not in the
games.
playoffs.
5
Is
straight
the
games
Suns.
of some hard shit.
That's some bullshit.
At least there's no home court, so anything could happen. But damn,
Bro, there are no
they
fans.
beat the Bucks
Like, I don't know
earlier
what
this
they're
year.
gonna
I
do.
mean, they've played
I
the
think
Bucks
they'll play
really
good
well.
all these games. They're a whole complete team.
I mean, as far as like teams that you're thinking of, staying together through this entire process, probably the Miami Heat are the only ones who've been able to practice the longest. Like, to be honest, everything's open in Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
we
know
don't
they're working
care.
out.
We gonna catch it again. I mean,
I think they're slowly. Yeah.
we about to.
fine.
I feel like, to keep it a buck,
There's
Florida's shutting back down next week.
Oh yeah, they shut it down with the bars and the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like they about
Which
to
is-
shut
People
it
be
back
getting
down.
drunk and
Which
just wanting to.
which
they're
is
fucking
smart, but
idiots.
Just be safe while you go out there. I mean,
Mhm.
Professional
too many
sports
people
still
are
is
reckless.
Still a necessary thing, so we still gonna make this happen.
I think what's gonna be the most wild thing to think about out in Disney at that time is Disney opens back up July 11th, and the
How they
NBA
gonna
starts
do
the
it?
31st.
People gonna go on Splash Mountain.
It's I don't know. They might be shutting down Splash Mountain now.
I'm
on the-
pretty
They're
sure they're
turning it
gonna
into
cut
some,
off
uh,
Princess
Princess
and the
and the
Frog.
Frog.
Yeah, but yeah, people could start going back in 20 days before the season starts. Well, I wonder if that'll affect anything.
You gotta go watch a baseball game.
Huh?
You gonna go watch a baseball game?
Baseball? Are they
100%.
going to do that at Disney as well? Is MLB going to be at
100%. Well, they have the facility for it, so that could
They
be an
can't do it-
option. But I feel like they're going to do it in
Disney's
Disney's
worldwide of
Yeah.
sports. They have so many they have
They
like
have
30
better-
football
Texas is good.
fields.
Texas has a new ballpark, and they can even I mean, if they tore down the old one, then forget it. But I mean, Texas is an option. Florida is an option right now. I don't think they're going to be, cautious in any way. I think they really want the baseball season to happen.
And speaking
mean-
about baseball, next topic: 60 games. I want to hear your thoughts on this. There's basically that's like 37%
every-
of a season.
Well, every game is important, so it makes baseball relevant.
Who do you think's
you
gonna?
know.
Who do you think has a chance to like? Because I feel like any team could just get hot, and since it's only 60
Yankees.
games, they could go crazy, and like a team could just catch
The
fire.
the team in the best scenario right now is the New York Yankees, only because they were supposed to start the season completely injured.
Mhm.
With, I mean, you're talking Stanton, Paxton. Those are two guys.
Didn't
Judge was
like,
going to
just
miss some
broke a rib
time.
or something?
Aaron Hicks was going to be out. They're all back, so they're all they've recovered from their injuries, and they're going to go into the season fully healthy. It's a 60-game sample size. They
And I
have
don't
the
think-
best team in the league.
I
Is
don't
there
think
gonna
we-
be
I
an
don't think
All-Star
we've had
game?
I don't think we've had a fully healthy
I
team.
probably
with
at the
this
end
team
of the
yet.
year if they really do it.
Ain't no All-Star game. They like fuck
Nah,
that shit.
Not with
this year.
60 games.
You're going to see the Cy Young winning 5 games. Like, I feel like that's going to be the
You know
greatest
what's
thing.
crazy? Whoever puts up these crazy stats in only 60 games. Imagine someone hits. Like
Oh, someone's
40
gonna hit
home
4.
runs.
Yeah, someone's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
hit 4.
people are going to be hitting like 400 or 500 potentially.
Imagine someone hits
Someone
like
gets a home
45
run a
home
game, hits 60.
Okay, so is there any team that they just look trash, but just the fact that it's a 60-game schedule, they can get hot?
Well, I
If
guess
you had to have a dark horse team.
with
make
what
the
you just said,
playoffs.
I would ask Pete, do you think the Marlins have that chance? Because the Marlins kind of been doing decent farming.
Well, it just depends on how the season's structured. Like, if you have the Marlins scenario, like, they're probably a year away from realistically competing against a lot of the better teams talent-wise, because eventually you play the Dodgers, you play, like, the Braves, you play those teams, you're just not as talented yet. Those guys have to come up. They have to learn how to play Major League Baseball after that. So, with the Marlins, they have an advantage in the sense that there's so much pitching that's pretty much coming up that they have no reason to just sit them and just throw arm after arm after arm. The kid they drafted, Max Meyer, he is probably going to start with a team. No one started straight in the big leagues since Brandon Finnegan in 2014, and this guy is likely to do it with throwing 100 with an electric slider. I think realistically you could still say a year away, but if it allows more of their guys who are younger, who are the future of the team, to come up and play, and they perform to the level that they are going to eventually, they could be a dark horse this season.
Explain how they're doing this player pool and they're not doing single A, triple A, and all that good
So
stuff.
I mean, I think they're gonna. I haven't heard anything about a minor league baseball season, to be honest, which is a shame. But honestly, you could really do fall league and get those kids working out. That may be the best thing for some of these kids who are 19, 20 in the system. The best thing that they can do is just get big, work with strength and conditioning coaches. So if people, a good friend of mine who pitches in the major leagues, Matt Festa, just had Tommy John surgery. If you were going to get it, this is the best time to do it. And then after you're done, you're throwing 2-3 miles an hour faster. Like right now, when you should be just getting your work in.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Garrett Cole, because you're already the best pitcher in baseball and you're about to
That's
lose the
fucking
season,
crazy.
then throw every inning this season.
You got.
And then leave the Yankees,
Do you have him or
please.
who would you take, him or Kershaw at his best?
Cole is the better pitcher at his best as far as strikeouts. And
you got to remember Kershaw
Cole's-
flopping in the playoffs
I mean,
too.
Garrett Cole, Kershaw at his best, he's a 4-pitch mix with a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball, great curveball, and in Garrett Cole's, he's got all that same mix with an 100 mile an hour fastball.
Okay, how about Scherzer and Cole?
I'm taking Cole over any pitcher in baseball.
Isn't that the
right
first
now.
game for the Yankees? Is Cole versus Scherzer?
So Cole versus Scherzer, yeah, it's supposed to be Nationals who are going to celebrate a World Series, which feels like years ago right now. And
I forgot that they won.
yeah,
That's
and
how
then
long it's been.
and with Scherzer
won.
and Cole starting the year, I imagine it's going to be they're going to pitch 4 or 5 innings. To be honest,
Do you know if they're doing like series or they're just playing like different teams every game?
I don't think they've announced anything like that. If they're going to be in one centralized location, I imagine they could switch teams if they wanted to. But if they're actually traveling, then I imagine they'll play series.
It's gonna be a crazy ass. Team.
I like and the one reason I'm so excited for is just every game's going to be more like any team who's not supposed to compete, like the Royals, Orioles, anything
Every
like
game
that.
you gotta try your hardest.
They win. They go 8-2 to start the season. All of a sudden, they're real playoff contenders.
That shit.
And I can't tell you how many times, like, I remember back in like 2003, there was a Royals team that went 9-0 to start the season and lost 100 games.
They're just like, all right, that's a good amount. Let's tank now, boys.
It's like we showed them enough.
Now in that league, like you
We'll be
may
back next year.
you may make the playoffs with 9 wins.
Jesus.
Who you got? Who you have as basically the number 1 overall seed, and who do you think is gonna win?
The New York Yankees.
Give me the matchup in the World Series and
the
why.
New York Yankees versus the New York Yankees winning.
No, for
against
real.
The New
Who do
York
you
Yankees.
got? The
New
Yankees
York
against
Yankees.
who? Against who?
I mean, honestly, it's hard not to say the Dodgers because they just got Mookie, right? That's who it was they got.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like that was just such a huge pickup that it's almost like hard to, especially in such a short span of time. Like it's hard not to say the Dodgers.
On paper, Yankees, Dodgers. In what I want and what I'm gonna put my money on, White Sox, Padres.
White Sox, Padres. If this hit, he sees the future.
Whoa.
The Padres, they got fired.
someone
They're
remember
really
this.
good now.
So
Favorite this
I know
tweet.
the White- I know the White Sox have that
here's the
player.
thing. White Sox are getting all of their guys completely going. Like you're talking about Michael Kopech coming back, a guy who throws 102 with some filthy stuff. They just got Keuchel. I mean, Keuchel is going to be a 4 or 5 starter. He's pretty solid if he's your 4 or 5. You got Giolito, who was an all-star last year. Their center fielder, Luis Robert, who is starting the year, hasn't played a single game in the MLB, and he's already at a 4-year, $64 million contract. That's how confident they are in this center fielder.
Yeah.
You're looking at Robert Acuna Jr. That's basically what Luis Robert is. He's very, very going to be very similar. May steal more bases. Definitely number 1 rookie of the year, and the team around him. With Tim Anderson, who was the batting champion last year. You add Yasmani Grandal as a backstop. Yeah, if I had to go for a bargain, like the Yankees are, they're great, but it's a 60-game sample series. Anything can happen. You play one bad week, you could set back your entire season.
But you know what else could happen? The Yankees.
And what about the Padres? Why do you have the Padres?
Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado on the left side of your infield. They added some
over there.
Yeah, you start to see the guys who, you're talking about one of the best farm systems in baseball. You go and acquire a Tommy Pham and other players like that. And
Mark
you're going to be
McGuire's
in the
their hitting
same
coach,
division
right?
as the Dodgers, which honestly doesn't matter as much anymore because who knows how the scheduling is going to go at this point. But I'm telling you, Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to be a top 5 player in baseball after this season. And I feel like he is, like, you're talking about Francisco Lindor right now. Tatis is going to be better. And it's Francisco Lindor has put up 3 straight 30 home run seasons for the Indians. So,
Don't the Indians have that picture?
but those are
What's his
good.
name?
I mean, those are good value
Kluber?
just right there.
Who you got, Willie? The Marlins?
Honestly, like he said, on paper, Yankees, Dodgers, but I'd like to see anything happen. I'm kind of just interested to see how the season plays out.
I feel this way about the NBA too. Honestly, is that like I feel like this like was such a wild card that literally anything can happen at this point. That everybody's thrown off their groove. It's a different time
There's
of the
no
year
home
and everything.
court. Anything could happen.
Right, there are no
honestly. You're
fans,
playing-
like-
you're just playing ball.
Well,
for
speaking of
real.
no fans, all right. So I heard that the Giants. This was the report I read. Apparently, maybe the Marlins too, but the Giants are putting cardboard cutouts of like people in the
It
stands.
should be characters. There
That's
should be
nice.
one of Vegeta.
different characters, different
Yeah.
celebrities.
Like
that are
in the
named.
stands, you see like Paul Blart out there.
Exactly.
That's
Correct.
everybody.
Correct. We can bring Goldberg, which
See
is
like
sitting over
Anakin
there.
Skywalker.
It wouldn't be
Iron Man.
bad. You just got to do something to give the people something to look at, bro. You don't just want to see an empty stadium.
You're gonna see certain teams like when they're like up to bat, they're gonna have
With
behind
baseball,
them
it's
trying
different.
to distract.
With baseball, it's a little different with empty stadiums. I remember when I was a kid. You're probably the best one I could say this to, right? On PS1, do you remember this game? It was like called World Series Baseball. And it was like a yellow cover with like Sammy Sosa on it.
I never played that game, to be honest with you. I didn't
Alright.
have the PS1.
I believe it was called World Series
The
Baseball.
only
It's
one I
something
had on
along
the
those lines.
PS1 was Triple Play. That's the only one I remember.
That's it. That's
I
it. That's
I
it.
had that
Triple
one
play.
with
No, because that's with Mike Piazza on the
Yeah,
cover,
because
right?
there was some crazy. I mean,
I had that one with Eric Chavez.
Yeah, because-
Wait,
Oh
so
my
no,
God.
They
no,
were-
I
that
believe
was-
this was the triple play before that. Then
that was competing with Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball back in Nintendo 64 days. So yeah.
Well, I believe that it's the one before that is the one I'm talking about. And they used to have like empty stadium home run derbies, and we always used to choose that because it just seemed a lot better because it's like you could like see where the ball goes and everything. I feel like baseball fans will kind of appreciate it more because usually baseball games are there to look at the fans versus like basketball fans. There's some basketball fans that go to games and they really don't know what the fuck is going on at all.
Oh yeah, you just got free tickets, bro.
Yeah, like with baseball games, aside from the Marlins, because we all know that at the
But that's
Marlins,
an
with the
event.
Marlins, they just give out tickets
Mets
to get
games
people
or
in there.
event like
This
Come
is
out.
lit.
Yeah,
Wear a
This
white
is
shirt
lit.
and you get this. Wear this. and you
literally.
get a bobblehead.
But you
and
go to
free
any other
tickets
stadium,
forever.
and those fans at those stadiums, like you go to Fenway Park or like Yankee Stadium, those fans know their shit. Like they go to watch baseball and they understand baseball. So I think it's a little different with the empty stadium. I think you could kind of still enjoy it the same.
I went to a Dodgers game and it's just like it definitely compared to Miami as far as just baseball knowledge. It's no contest. It's
Well,
so much fun. Being at a Dodgers game it's such a different experience with having, truly 50,000 fans in attendance. However, I did go to one of those World Baseball Classics. They do it right.
yeah.
Bro, it was Dominican versus the United
Right.
States.
I was
The
out
Dominic-
there. I was
bro,
out there.
When you watch
Where was it?
the Dominicans play, it's a party, bro.
Yo,
was down
I'll
here?
never forget. All right, there was a dude in the front row, right behind like home plate or like somewhere. Like he was like right there, but he had a giant like stick full of plátanos all on the stick.
Where was it?
Like at the World Baseball Classic, it
No,
was
but
right
like,
here,
what-
Marlins Stadium.
Oh,
This is
shit.
in Marlins Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
no.
won?
I believe
Dominican
yeah, I was
won
gonna
that
say,
game,
believe
but the
Dominican
U.S.
Republic
won the entire
Yeah.
won the entire thing. But it was one of the coolest baseball games. Like even after a ground out, they're like
the
cheering.
energy was just
It-
insane.
I've
I've never been to a baseball
and
game.
Nelson
like that.
Cruz hit a 3-run home run right down the left field line. I had the perfect angle at it. It like that took 3 seconds to get out of the park, and the place was as loud as I've ever in any kind of sports.
The only
going
thing
to.
that comes
I've
close
never
to it
seen
for
it.
me as far as baseball was going to the home run derby and seeing Judge versus Stanton. That was the only thing that
I
came
was there.
close to
I was
it.
there as well.
Yeah, I remember
In
because
those same
I was
seats.
texting you because you were like somewhere else, and I remember
I was in
hitting
those
you up.
same seats. Yes,
Yeah.
that I saw that World Baseball Classic. I sat in the same seats for the home run derby.
Damn.
Great once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I got lucky, man. I went to one of the best home run derbies ever.
you guys should like baseball soon.
The whole country should like baseball more, man. Baseball should be a sport that's appreciated, but it's like coffee. It's a unique taste.
Coffee's cool.
What
All
we
right.
got next?
So, I proposed to Chloe, hey, what room would you like to be in when the NBA goes into their bubble. Like, because you're going to have roommates, right? You're going to have certain teams are going to be players together. You're going to have 3 to probably a room. What room do you, in your dream scenario, 2 other NBA players that you'd want to be with?
Whatever room J.R. Smith is in.
I was going to say J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters' room.
No.
For the
Because Dion
Lakers.
Waiters is the guy that's going to trip out. I'll stay with J.R. Smith.
What do you think Dion Waiters is gonna be?
Nah, Dion Waiters, he's going to, like, snitch out or
Can I
some
add
shit.
Gerald Green?
Yeah.
That would be interesting as well.
Yeah. Gerald Green.
You thinking hard about this?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who got the pack. Like, you feel me? Like, who
Bro,
on it?
J.R. Smith. Bro, Cookies has
I'm
posted
hitting
photos
I'm
of
hitting
J.R.
up-
Smith shopping with them. Like, J.R.
I'm
Smith
hitting up
knows where
Matt
it's at.
Barnes and Steven Jackson.
They're retired.
They're gonna be there.
No, they're not.
No, because I'm hitting up Michael Beasley. That's without a
If
doubt.
Michael
Without a
Beasley
doubt.
comes back, yeah.
Has
Without a
anyone
doubt,
seen
if
that
we're
video
going
all
of
time,
Michael
he was
Beasley
balling.
on
Yo, he was going
Like, triple
crazy.
covered.
He was balling, but did you hear the foolishness he was talking?
No, I didn't.
He's-
I saw it on
he was
silent.
just
This is a
talking.
man who's worn 2 watches on his ankle.
He's a different human being. Like,
I've-
he could have been the left-handed Melo, but the
Pride
drugs,
himself.
Still is.
the drugs is just like, it won't allow him back in the NBA.
I mean, he's had, what, 4 chances with the Heat? 3 chances? 4 chances?
Pat Riley be like, bro, you can be so good.
Imagine you guys
You
took
just
Russ
don't-
Yep.
or
Bruh.
Kevin.
Russ
bruh.
and
Just
Wade.
don't get it.
It would have been a wrap.
Yeah.
You took
Bro,
Russ.
we could have probably
Russ with
saved
Jimmy
Derrick
Butler
Rose's
right
knees,
now.
probably. We could have probably saved Derrick Rose's knees. He wouldn't have had to do all the
Oh
craziness.
yeah, Dwayne Wade. Whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, you feel
But
me?
do you get LeBron?
It don't matter. We get Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose MVP.
He would have
mode.
came. He'd been
Honestly,
like,
let's be real.
We
That
don't get
first
Chris
year that
Paul.
I'm
let's be real.
perfectly content with the fact that I got LeBron James instead.
I think
Thank you.
if there's one
You're
person that
gonna
actually
say
beat
You'd rather
LeBron.
have a prime. No disrespect to him because he's fire.
we saved,
Instead of
we saved him legs.
No, let's
so, what does
we
he
saved
become? What does he do?
Jesus.
let's be real in this aspect, right? Is that if there's one person who actually deserved to win the MVP over LeBron in the years that obviously he couldn't win it, Derrick Rose is
It's because
definitely
of the
one
narrative.
of those people.
LeBron had a better season.
Not
but
even narrative,
bruh,
man.
it's
He was a
100%
baller. What the fuck? He was
LeBron
one
had
of
a
the
better
first people
stat
to be
line. The,
playing like
the
that.
reason they won, a big reason why he won the MVP is right. He had the #1 record over Kobe and the Lakers, the Spurs, the big. He was 22, I believe. So I feel, and he also balled. I'm saying, but it's just because
This man had a
he was
8-foot
so young and he
vertical.
was leading that team over teams
And
like
they were getting
that.
tired of voting.
I
I'm sure
remember
if
Chris-
he
I
wanted
think
to,
he
he
won
could
it-
front flip
I
over
think
the
he won
hoop.
it on that year that they started in Christmas. He played Lakers opening day. He went crazy.
LeBron
Yeah.
James should have at least 5, 6 MVPs
Everybody, yeah, it's
during
it's a
that
narrative.
era.
Yeah, but
He should
all
have
I'm
at
saying is
least
that
have
if one,
all 4 throughout his 4 years.
if one person actually deserved to win the MVP over LeBron in the years that he hasn't won, Derrick Rose is absolutely one of them, and I'll put money on that. I
MVP
feel like
award
he
is-
absolutely deserved
It's
that.
most definitely based on the narrative. 100%. It's no disrespect to him, but
I mean, he
LeBron
was
should
great in
have. I don't know how many.
2011.
Michael
He
should
was
have how
an
many.
It was an MVP
Kobe, all of them.
It was an MVP caliber season, and he won the MVP. But LeBron did some superhuman shit.
I don't know. I feel like if anybody displayed true superhuman capabilities, it was him because nobody knew he was going to jump off that year like that. Nobody really expected
He was
that.
the #1
You
pick, just
kind
like
of had
LeBron.
hype for him because his
He was the
rookie
#1
year,
pick.
they take Boston to 7.
Yeah, but there were games like he and the Bulls
Everybody
were
knew
dominating
Derrick Rose was
the
going to be
Heat.
something if you saw him in Memphis. He
His
was
highlight reel
crazy.
is unquestioned. One of the best I've ever seen. His second year highlight reel. What he did that season, just with dunks and stuff, one of the most impressive I've seen in the
I think he
NBA.
destroyed Dragic.
He took the
He-
big 3 Celtics to 7 as a rookie. Like, what? They knew he was coming? It's nothing to talk about.
It wasn't a
Fine.
secret. They just surrounded him with Joakim Noah.
And
as a
Carlos
Gator fan.
Boozer with painted on hair. Like, bro,
And
what did
Tony
they
Taj
do?
Brewer.
Gibson.
Oh my.
Luau Deng was just like, I got you, folks.
Didn't they have
I
Ronnie
got
and
you.
Corey Brewer?
They had a
Corey
good
Brewer
Yeah,
played for
at a
everyone.
point. Yeah, he's played for like.
They
5
honestly
teams.
had a squad.
Kirk Heinrich kind of made me respect white people a little more. When they used to kick the Heat
I
ass.
watched Kirk Heinrich and
those
I
Ben
remember the
early
year
Gordon.
after you
years?
guys won the title, and the
Bruh,
next
yo.
series you guys swept. That
I
shit was
watched
crazy.
Kirk Heinrich
Kirk
and Ben
Heinrich was
Gordon
just-
eliminate the Heat from the playoffs on my birthday as a kid. It was
Bro,
heartbreaking.
it was depressing. I was just like, yo.
So you
We
hate Ben
can't
Gordon?
stop them.
Ben
I-
Gordon's fire.
I
Kirk
just don't want
Heinrich?
him on my team.
Like, Ben Gordon, I understood. But Kirk Heinrich?
Kirk Heinrich is
We can't stop
is
him.
great. Yes.
Yo, he was a baller.
Like, what?
I was a child, man. He broke my heart. It was on my birthday. It was literally on my birthday. And I was like, there's a birthday miracle about to happen. The Heat are about to come back and win. And then Kirk Heinrich, I'm pretty sure more specifically, was the person who stabbed my heart.
When he dropped 30 on you.
I don't remember. I just remember being hurt.
Remember Ben Gordon dropping like 57 one game? There was a game where he couldn't miss.
He was a hooper.
Bro, Ben Gordon was just on it. But I don't know what the Bulls did. Like, I think it was like karma. Because you got to think about it. They actually had some good people after Jordan. You had him.
It's
You
it's
had
the
Jamal
organization.
Crawford. They almost killed Jamal Crawford. No one talks about that.
What happened?
Jamal Crawford was like in gambling debt, 100K with somebody. Damn near got killed. MJ had to save him. Yeah, no one talks about that
MJ
too
had to
much.
save him.
Yeah, because he was in Chicago.
Breaking news here.
It's not really breaking. It's
Maybe
just not
you-
talked about.
Trill
you feel
Bill
me?
Woj, that's who you are?
Whoa.
It's just, you know,
You
Trill
have to
bomb.
speak about that.
he was in gambling debt, and he became Michael Jordan's friend. They talked about it in the documentary when he was doing his private
Michael
runs.
is like, listen here,
Who's your source?
don't do this again.
It was in the
You
documentary.
know them?
.com.
Twitter. It was Twitter.
Nah. It was definitely, he mentioned that he was friends with Jamal Crawford, and there's also a past video that's on YouTube. Pretty good history.
So Twitter and YouTube.
Nah, I don't think I've seen it on Twitter because not too many people talk about it. It's like, bruh, who's gonna talk about Jamal Crawford being saved by Michael Jordan?
That's interesting. I've never heard that
I
ever
would wanna
once in
hear
my
that.
life because it seems like a very great
That
story.
shit sounds lit.
And if you are breaking news right now, it's
Like I said, it's not breaking because it's already happened. It's just not talked about.
I've never heard of that.
Look it up. Just look up Jamal Crawford gambling debts, anything of that nature. Why Jamal Crawford had to get traded from the Bulls because he was supposed to be the next thing coming. Same thing with why Rip Hamilton got traded from the Wizards when Michael Jordan was there in his last couple of years. There's some weird stuff that happens when Michael shows up.
some fun UConn teams. Just name so many UConn guys there.
Damn. Rip Hamilton was that shit.
He was.
He was that shit. He was
He
like,
would
yeah.
torch you guys.
Mhm.
That mask. Oh my god.
I hated him. I really wanted someone to elbow him in the face again because I'm like, you're
Like-
wearing this for no reason. That's how I felt.
He was scared after. It was a mental thing.
That 2003 Pistons team, like
2003, 2004. Bro, they were fire for like 4 straight years.
If they get Melo, that shit
big
goes
shot.
crazy. It goes crazy.
Melo
And they
Yeah,
were about to,
what
and they got
was-
Darko. They got Darko Milicic. I owned a Darko
Bruh, they
Milicic jersey.
saw that
Well,
workout.
what would you guys do if Melo got drafted there? He gets like 3 rings, then he goes to you guys instead of Bosch, gets 2 rings. He has 5, and he retires right now. Where's Carmelo Anthony on your all-time list?
You know, quit dreaming.
Just answer the question.
quit
It's a,
dreaming.
it's
Does
a
he
what
have over
if.
20,000 points as well?
Yeah, he has like 24.
This kid's asking because he's a fanboy.
He could be
You're a fanboy of
top
Goldberg.
20
She
player.
talking
of all
about-
time.
yeah. Alright,
Yo,
so
want me to
that's
show, you want me to
okay.
show the people the photo of me
Give me
dapping up
what?
Goldberg?
He would be top 20 only because those first 3, it's not like he was the sole leader. He would be like the young pup. And then if he came to Miami, it's not like he did it on his own. You feel me? It's the big 3. People are always going to talk about that. So it's still
What
5
happens if
titles. But
you
it's,
add that he saved LeBron, like you always say.
okay, 2011,
Like you
yeah.
always say, like he goes
If
crazy.
he's
at that.
there and he gets the
You know it
finals
was supposed to
MVP,
be Melo on that team instead
Yeah.
of Bosch. That shit. So what would happen in that situation? Do you guys win?
yeah.
I'm so much happier I got Bosch instead.
What would Melo do?
Melo don't let us go out like that against the Mavs.
But you think he'll actually pull through?
Melo's not gonna let us go out like that. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I
at
was
least
about to
take the
say-
shots. He's not gonna do what LeBron did and pass the ball away.
Yeah. LeBron passing it to Melo.
He gonna be like, bro, just get out the way. Jab step, shot. Rinse, repeat. We
Yeah.
back down
Yeah,
here.
that last shot would be hounded by Melo. Melo would just LeBron would be slapping his hands.
It's
10
either Wade or
times.
Melo taking that shot. Honestly,
Nah, if I'm giving the ball at the end of a game, I mean Dwayne Wade just because
Yeah,
he's
for
gonna
the
make it
Heat.
interesting every time.
Yeah.
it's
It's,
like
even if he misses, it's gonna be really interesting.
because he had a year game winners too on his Kobe shit where he was like, yeah, I could do this. I could do this.
LeBron's best shot in Heat history was a miss. Getting that out to Allen with less time.
Damn, that's the craziest.
No,
way
no,
to
no.
think
That one
about
feel like
he
also,
clinched the on like a
I
like
feel
a
like,
19
Oh.
footer. He clinched the game
Yeah,
7.
game-
That's
game
his best
7,
shot.
yeah.
Actual made shot. Yes.
I take it even one step further. The first time he beats Boston, he hit like a 35-foot 3 over Paul Pierce in like game 6 in Miami.
Just yep.
I
No.
remember that, and he
No.
just
There was
stood
a
still.
sequence he
He
did.
stood still like this.
Exactly. He
There was
just
a-
like
There was
He
a
was just
sequence
breathing
of like
fucking
3
hard.
minutes that they did to close out the
he
Celtics.
scored the last 10 points. Some craziness like that.
Yeah, he just was like in the last game, game 5, they were blowing him out, and he was just pulling up from the logo.
Best Heat game in history though. Game 5 against OKC. as a fan, I had no
Total
stress.
control. Yeah, it was.
It was the most fun thing to watch. I was like,
Yeah, you
yo,
blew them the fuck out.
Mike Miller's
Total
out here
Miller's
hooping.
going dumb.
If Mike Miller's open, I know we got it. I know we got it, bro.
Was that the game he lost to
I was
Shoe?
gonna say, I
It's-
think that was the game he
no.
lost to
No, I
Shoe.
think that was.
He
like-
loses at Game 6 or Game 7 against the Spurs.
Because I remember game 6 against the Spurs, the headband was the big thing. LeBron lost the headband, went off.
Oh yeah, he lost it in the fourth quarter. He was like, I gotta die now. I'ma down this court
Shit, I
or
can't pick it up after it's hit the ground. He just goes crazy.
There was 47,000 LeBron's headband
Twitter
pages
accounts. Exactly, bro.
that came out.
Like, bro, I think someone who found it, like, auctioned it off, easy few stacks. If not
Few,
more.
more like
If
at least
not
5
more.
figures.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, he wore this.
That-
Someone will
that
pay
headband-
50,000 for that.
That headband easily selling for at least 50.
There's people out there with
Lucky
it,
Bro,
and you,
there's
and you
used-
know that.
there's
You
used
know
Michael
that.
Jordan shoes going for almost $500,000.
You know.
A headband, bro. Like,
With
you just
LeBron,
say, yeah,
LeBron, just
wore this.
just
You
LeBron's
know.
name
Bro,
itself.
Fun fact, because I know you know about this one. We were talking about the McGuire Sosa thing last week, right? When McGuire hit number 62, or no, not 62. When he had
The
70, when he had 70, the guy who bought it paid $3 million for that ball.
Did you know how he got it?
You think
He
he
just
just
he called his auctioneer and said, "Don't lower the paddle." He's like, "Just keep going."
He literally just.
That's
I would have been the person doing it, like, bro, you sure you want
But
me
to
go
what
this
to
high?
have
No,
the
no, no,
ball
but the
just
guy-
sitting there?
But the guy who caught the ball, like he caught the ball.
Oh, he worked
and he
at the
threw
stadium.
a fake ball and ran like he was working. He just ran.
Yeah, he was
Genius.
working for the field. He
That's
put it
a
in his
genius,
He
pocket.
yo.
quit that day.
And
I
he
quit,
no,
bruh.
he gave it back to Mark McGuire.
Oh, you talking
No, no,
about
62 he gave back.
62
Yeah, I
was
know
that guy?
62.
Oh, okay, okay.
Se- he was on the
70 was the
documentary.
was the highest selling major league ball in the history of history.
Yeah.
I saw that when he gave it back. He even went and introduced. I was like,
Three,
oh, you're-
three
Yeah, you're
sold
What?
sold for about 3
You
million.
could've
Yeah.
just
I don't know the
quit.
actual
I
total.
feel like 62 would have sold for even more.
you quitting your job right there, right? You just
Oh,
like, fuck it.
100%. I'm not,
You just
I don't
run
gotta
these-
be no ball boy no more. I don't gotta wrap the field in
I'm out.
tarp. I'm gone.
I'm out.
It just
Just
used to
going.
amaze me, like that last year when Barry was chasing the home run record. Bro, those people sitting out in the river,
River, that's the ocean, my friend. That's the Pacific
Yeah,
Ocean.
they
you
just
think
sitting
it
out
was-
there just in
That's the
paddle boards.
ocean.
You
You
I'm
know what's
like,
the crazy
yo,
one?
what's
The,
going
when he
on?
broke Hank Aaron's record, it out of all places, it lands in that like middle pile. I don't know, bro. I would have not wanted to be there.
Bro, I just saw people jumping out of the kayaks into the ocean, and I was like, it's not worth it. It's never been
I've
worth
How
been
much
it.
did that
I've-
ball sell for?
I've been to
The
San Francisco.
Bonds
That
one?
water
Yeah.
is
I have no idea.
so cold.
Yeah,
Like-
the water in
And there's
Pac-
sharks.
in the Pacific and Pac Bell Park. That shit is cold.
There's sharks in
great
that
white
water.
Sharks.
Yeah,
That place on the other side has great white sharks.
those people are wild with
They're,
it.
they don't care.
Baseball wasn't
They
worth it
willing to
before.
die
Now
over a
it's
meal.
really not worth it. Sharks,
You could see someone
cold
get eaten,
water,
but
like
Yo, but if you escape that, you're getting millions.
Mhm.
you got to get back. First of all, I would be the person. I'm evil. I'm gonna just watch whoever gets the ball. You're not making it back home. I'm sorry.
so
You're
that's
not making
great.
it back to your car. Like you may make it out the water,
So
know,
what-
dry off and
Like
everything.
you survive
But
the
I'ma get that
sharks,
ball
I'm a
up off
different
you.
kind of shark.
Exact. I'm sorry.
If-
like, why am I
if
gonna
I'm-
work harder? Not
If I'm
smarter.
having, if I have a ball and I just beat a shark for it,
I'm a
I'm-
fuck you
I'll
up.
beat the
I'm
fuck
gonna
out
ready to
of
die
you.
for
I'm
this
gonna be-
baseball.
Let it-
You're
wait,
ready
let
to
it-
die
let
for
it-
a baseball.
Let alone if the motherfucker who pulls up on me has
I'm ready.
blue, purple,
This-
and copper
I
fucking
like my
dreads.
chances. If
Fucking
I've already
slap
beaten a
the
shark,
fuck
I
out of
like
you.
my chances.
I'm gonna hit you with the paddle from the boat and fuck you up.
Wow.
You just
That's
beat a
it.
fucking 1,000-pound animal, and you think
You think
They're not
you're
gonna go
gonna
fuck
get
you up?
So you ready to die for a baseball?
Bro, I'm gonna go back out there,
I-
get the
I
shark,
have
and
a-
hit you
I
with
actually have a baseball and I could throw it pretty
Yo,
hard.
the only other person that I heard
use it
defeat
as a weapon. Throw it, boom, take it back.
the only
you got
other
a bat,
person that
then
I
I
ever
may
heard
roll it
Throw it at me.
the only other person I ever heard defeat a shark was Hey Arnold's grandpa. That's it. He
Yeah,
punched the
'cause you
shark in
punched
the
into
nose.
this exact like.
All right, so if I just punched the shark in the nose and defeated that and evaded that shark, yo, if I punch you in the nose, you're done.
Yeah, he got some superhuman power.
If you punch a shark in the nose, first of all, in Hey Arnold, we saw how narrow
We
the
saw.
shark's nose was. That was an easy punch. You can't punch a shark
You
in
give
the
me
nose.
analyst-
It's gonna be boom. That's my face, bro. What are we doing? You want to get ate?
Yo,
I'ma
all
eat
I'm
you.
saying is if I land that punch on that shark and I took out that shark and you pulled up on me in the parking lot with your blue, purple, and copper hair,
He
I'm
turn
gonna
you
hit
into-
you
he might
just as
turn you
bad
into
as that
dust.
shark.
He might do you like Thanos.
Like I said, I would just work smarter, not harder.
I got
I feel like the
I got
ba-
the Infinity Stone. That's it.
I feel like the baseball being thrown at someone's head just because it was thrown, even if I miss, it makes it
telling you, use
higher
it as
value.
a weapon. There's been blood on this baseball. This shit
Because
costs
if I
over
hit-
20 mil.
Oh my
You
god.
killed a shark and a man, and this is a record set in baseball.
100
Yo,
mil.
I'm
100
doing
mil.
great things in one
The
day.
great white shark is the only one left in the world, and you killed it.
If he has
That's
a
going for
football, though, we may be
500
screwed.
mil.
Exactly. You heard that statement?
What?
Football.
If he has
I
a
kill
football, he
anybody.
may be. We may be screwed.
Football.
Let's
is-
just
Nah.
hope he doesn't bring
Nah,
a football.
Nah, because if he brings the football,
do
he's gonna
some booty.
fondle it and be distracted, and I could
Yeah.
escape.
Not gonna
Wow.
use it
If
as a
anything, that's
weapon.
what I'll do. I'll have a
Fondle
football in my pocket and just throw it away, and he's
You
gonna
gonna
go
put it-
chase it.
You gonna put it
Like
right
a dog.
Or better yet,
Like
I'm
a
gonna
dog.
tell him, I'm gonna be like, hey, if you go 2 blocks that way, there's a big high school football game happening.
You
He's
got a
like,
football-
oh shit, I'm out.
If you were in that ocean with that football, you would most definitely put a life vest on it.
Yeah, if it was
And
like
you
a
would have it behind
So Willie,
you.
a high
Are
school
you-
regular-
football
are you
is
okay,
more
boy?
valuable than Barry Bonds' 71st home run.
It is not,
To you, it is.
but you got to understand value in things, you know? Like I said, it's not, but you got to understand the value in everything else. It's value in high school football. It's value
Sentimental value
If
is a
you had-
motherfucker.
if
And you
your-
have sentimental value with
If your
football.
childhood football was in the house and Simba was in the house and you had to save one, would you save your dog
I'm
or the
going to
football?
save Simba, bro.
But the football, you could sell it because it's an ancient football and you can sell it
Alright,
for
better yet-
$150 million.
Better yet,
Would
it's
you?
it's a football that Lamar Jackson threw to win the Ravens the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this happens next year. And you have it and you got it like,
And
oh
it's
shit,
that
Simba's in there
football
too.
or your dog. And he won it from like, you thought the Patriots coming back on the Falcons was bad. No, he did something even worse. And he brought it back for the Ravens, right? And
Down
you could get that
35-0.
football.
To Tom Brady himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do? You save that football, it's going for literally 900
Or
million.
Simba, your dog.
You could buy.
Your family dog at that.
Why are you still thinking about this?
Yeah, that's hard. he's like, I could buy a farm of Simbas and just have a bunch of dogs everywhere.
Simba
Oh,
1 through
no.
100, you feel me?
What?
No.
What? He said
No.
choose 1 through 100? You couldn't tell the dog choose 1 through 100?
Nah, just have Simba 1 through 100. Just have 100 Simbas, you feel me? Just
You know,
Oh, he's
Clone.
evil.
That's some Rick and Morty shit.
I could
He's-
just call up the Humane Society, be like, bro, I need
Resurrect my puppy. I just got this
No,
$1 million
no.
football.
I think there's movies that say that's a bad idea.
not gonna resurrect the dog. Just
Yo,
gonna get more
at
dogs.
PETA, at Humane Society,
my
at
Carol
Chewy.
Baskin.
Carol
Baskin's coming
Baskin.
for you.
Oh my
Carol
god.
fucking Baskin's coming.
Because-
Strongly worded email coming your way.
Jesus.
Oh.
I chose, you just described this football as basically the football that I need in my life. That's basically
Yo,
what
and
Why are
wait,
you
wait,
making
and
it seem like you're in a
and wait,
relationship with
and
this
better yet-
football?
Better yet, with this football, Willie,
You just said
With this
it's the
football, Willie?
I need in my life. You feel
with
me?
this football, Willie, after Lamar Jackson won it, Ray Lewis put his hand on it and said a prayer.
Oh Jesus.
That's a
Yeah,
billion.
this is a holy football at this point. Like I'll never throw it around my house. It's just gonna be in like a vase type thing.
He's
like,
gonna have that shit in a
It
lockbox.
could be a test, though.
just
stored underground in his house.
You gonna
Ray
sell it-
Lewis can
sell it
always
one
give
day
you
when
another
need to?
football.
Boy, Lamar Jackson, it's too many things that's going into this football. Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl versus Tom Brady, worse than the Patriots Falcons. You know, like Simba, he been there. You feel me? You feel me?
Yo,
like,
someone show this to Willie's family.
like he's
You are gonna.
Yo, Willie gonna
Simba.
get kicked out of his house if
You
his
always
family
say
watches
Simba.
this.
He say, I go home, Simba there. I'd be like, hey Simba, and then I go
He
to
said-
bed.
Yo, before Willie got here today, he said his dog has to ask to go to the bathroom. That he calls dibs on. We're like, what?
Bro, 100% Willie gets home and he has full-blown conversations with Simba, and they be doing shit. It's like some cartoon show.
Nah, he puts a football next to Simba and he talks to both of them.
It sounds like SpongeBob. Like the gang's here.
The gang's all here. Yo, what's the next topic? What we got, bro?
Speaking of Tom Brady, is he a fantasy one quarterback?
yeah.
Absolutely.
No
With
thought
the
about
offense
it.
he has, there's no doubt about it. I think he might even have, at least compared to last year, he might have a more dangerous offense
I
this
feel
year than he
if
does
if
last
he is a
year.
QB1, it's like on the back end. I don't think he's not 1 through 7, 1 through 8. He's not better than.
I think
Russell,
there's better
Mahomes,
options than
Lamar.
him, but I think he's still a
13,
solid
14.
option.
Who do you have above him besides like the basic Mahomes, Breeze, Dak?
I mean, I gotta think of
Josh
12
Allen.
quarterbacks.
Okay, count,
Yeah.
please count Imano. Willie and Imano count.
so that's
Lamar Jackson,
Lamar
Patrick
Jackson,
Mahomes,
Mahomes,
Russell
no doubt
Wilson,
about it.
Deshaun.
Well, are we
Deshaun
just
Watson.
talking purely statistics or like getting
Drew
No,
rated and
fantasy.
everything?
I know who's gonna
Drew
All right,
win.
Brees.
so Russell
Drew
Wilson,
Brees,
Drew Brees,
Dak Prescott,
Dak. That's 5 right there.
Carson Wentz, Josh Allen.
No, Carson Wentz ain't gonna do better than Tom
Car-
Brady in my
yes, he-
opinion.
Car-
I don't
Carson
think he
Wentz is
will.
gonna ball. Josh Allen.
I'd
'cause
take
he
Tom
rushes.
Brady over him.
Joe Burrow.
Possibly.
Ben Roethlisberger,
I
he's
don't
healthy.
know. I don't know if I'm gonna go
He's
as far as
healthy.
saying all this. I feel like Willie kind of.
Oh, we were tripping. This guy might finish like top 5. Kyler Murray. He's gonna
Kyler
go-
Murray,
Kyler Murray.
I can
Daniel,
believe Kyler Murray.
Daniel Jones
No.
is interesting.
No.
I don't think he'll be better, but
No.
like, yeah, he's an
I
interesting
think you guys
one.
went a little far with Burrow. I think there's a chance with Burrow, but it's a very slight.
That's a hard
chance.
ass division, but
I mean, Matt Ryan. You taking Matt Ryan? Yeah.
I'm taking.
he has
I'm-
all first rounders. He was balling last year before he got hurt. He dropped like 40-point games back.
The
to
reason
back.
I don't take Matt Ryan is because now they have a real run game, in my opinion. I feel like Devontae Freeman.
Matt
Still
fell off.
Stafford?
got Julio Autumn. Matt Stafford.
Philip Rivers?
He was going crazy.
No, I'm not gonna put Rivers in there. Stafford has a chance.
I'm just giving. Yeah, I'm just
Stafford
pretty
has
much
a
just
chance.
giving options.
Rivers is a great backup for sure.
Is Kirk Cousins better than Tom Brady?
Nah.
No, I'm taking.
Still
I'm taking
taking
Tom Brady
Brady.
over Kirk Cousins.
Depends how they're gonna use Dalvin because he's holding out because they might have to go crazy unless you can rely on Madison.
Well, Thielen's your number one now, and
Madison's
you got to trust.
fire,
They got some good young running backs.
Oh, they took what?
They got some good young receivers too.
Receiver 2 is Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be very good. Very
Kirk
interesting.
Cousins could snap.
I expect him to do things this year.
But he's so inconsistent. I mean, like with Kirk Cousins, you're either gonna have a pretty good week or absolute clunker, 7-pointer.
There was some games last year.
Oh, no, that
he dropped
playoff
like
game
12, 14 fantasy
Against the
points.
49ers, I stopped watching it after the first drive because it didn't look like he knew how to play quarterback, honestly. He was just throwing it. He was like, They looked like they open.
I mean, naturally, he's a good NFL quarterback. It's just, I mean, you think of how limited the amazing quarterbacks are. Like, we named 8 right there that were absolutely, I mean, and Tom Brady, we're saying they were going to be better than Tom Brady, the best quarterback we've ever seen.
Shit. I just think that with the team he's gotten now, even if he's not better and he's still declining like everyone says he is, even if he can't throw as far or anything of that nature, I just feel like at the end of the day, he's got way better weapons around him, and he's got a better offense.
Teddy Bridgewater or Tom Brady?
It really depends. If I
I
could
think
put Teddy Bridgewater,
I think
in
Bridgewater has a
Tampa,
chance to actually showcase
I
himself.
forgot about Teddy. He could just pass it to McCaffrey. Go crazy. DJ Moore. Go crazy.
I think he's in a good position because he's in a system that already kind of works with a QB like him. So I think he has a good chance of, just filling in the slot for Cam. I don't think he's going to do as good as Cam, but he has a chance to actually look like a QB1.
Drew Lock throwing to Judy and Sutton.
That's the one. That running back core.
They're
And
going to
they
practice
got
the
good-
young Jeezy.
The tight ends fire Font.
Shit's
Crazy.
wild.
it's interesting over there just because you got a lot of talent on offense right now.
Yeah.
I just hope that
But
the back end on defense can hold up.
Unfortunately, they have to deal with the Chiefs.
Patrick.
being
I
in
think
their
I think the
division.
Cowboys are definitely going to
Oh, the
showcase a lot of
Cowboys
talent.
are gonna
They got
score-
a full offense for the
They're
first
going to
time
score
in a long time.
35 points and give up 38 points.
Yeah.
Like
Listen,
Byron
last
Jones is
year,
a big loss.
Through all 4 offensive stats, they finished in the top 10, and I think they finished 8-8. So that doesn't add up.
Their
The
offense
Cowboys
is
are the
tremendous,
Cowboys, they-
and you add CeeDee Lamb to the mix. Like they're
It's the
gonna be-
Cowboys.
Yeah, Prescott. I mean, you can imagine when are you drafting him like 8th round? Could be a steal with all the weapons there, and he's playing for a contract,
Damn.
getting paid
I think
$34
he got
million
his.
dollars.
I think he
this year.
signed his franchise, or what? He signed something.
He signed the franchise tender, but it just allows him to keep negotiating, basically. So he'll play this year. But
Usually, yeah.
That's
This
it.
is given to Melvin Gordon, and like a running back will hold out. If a quarterback decides to play, he gets $34 million on the dot. So, yeah, there's a lot of benefit for a quarterback to just play out this season.
Yeah, because the franchise tag, I just feel bad like when they do it to, for instance, a defensive lineman versus a receiver or running back or anything of that nature.
Oh.
Because defensive lineman, bro, you're only gonna see like 8 or 9 million.
It's all top 10 at your position, and the position's
top
the way it's
5.
clear. Like, if you put it, like, honestly, if the Carolina Panthers wanted to drag out this Christian McCaffrey stuff, and you could pay him as a top 10 running back rather than the highest paid running back in the league, like,
they could have finessed it if they wanted to,
but you would lose him.
exactly.
You would lose him in that point, in that point in time. Like,
Basically what the Steelers did, how they just played around with Le'Veon.
Chargers just did it. You saw with Zeke, if there's actual traction, if you're actually serious
Zeke
about
goes-
this, you'll get
becomes a
paid.
free agent? Ooh, that's crazy.
Well, no, he's going to be for the Cowboys for a while. Jerry loves him.
Mhm.
He might be on the road to being fried as well.
Why? I
His-
think Zeke is fired.
His numbers are just it's something wrong. Like you said,
Fantasy wise, like he used to be a
I think
top. He was a
finished-
top five.
He finished second or third this year. He went crazy.
I don't think that's you drafted him as a number 3,
he
number
couldn't
4
have
running
finished
back.
second or third because
Yeah, he
1 and
finished
2
top
was
five for
had to be
sure.
McCaffrey and Derrick Henry.
Let me see if I can find that out.
Well,
real quick.
Derrick Henry was more at the end of the season, but
Still, he at least finished top 5, I would say. Dalvin had a great breakout year. He got to the Pro Bowl.
yeah, Dalvin got hurt at the end. Otherwise, Dalvin
That
would
fucked
have
up
wiped him.
everyone's fantasy season. He got hurt like in the second round.
Oh, I
Friday.
had on one team. I had McCaffrey in Amano's league. I had McCaffrey and Cook,
Damn.
and I lost.
I had in this league with him and some other friends. I had McCaffrey and Lamar Jackson.
I had Lamar Jackson on that team as well. That was my quarterback all season.
I was beating Pete. I was beating people's asses, 209 to 82. It wasn't even fun because I'm just
my
going stupid.
my starting quarterback was always Lamar Jackson, and I drafted it to be Deshaun Watson. So I was able to trade the Deshaun Watson to get guys like Kelsey and stuff, and I lost.
Damn.
And I got Devontae Adams from and I lost
Devontae Adams was on fire. He got hurt. He's solid.
when he was healthy towards the end of the year, but yeah, he's a top 5 receiver.
That should have
in
got him
football.
out. It got him out of his rhythm. He was going crazy in the beginning of the year. And he got hurt against the Eagles. That's about it.
Yeah.
You
Coming
got
up-
something else?
We got coming up on an hour, so we can't do the last topic. We're gonna have to do that another time because I think it cuts us off after an hour. But as always, thank you, Mr. Sir, Mr. Pete. Give him your socials, not your social security, your social media.
Social media.
I was
Social
gonna do
media.
Social Security. I didn't know that. Ginty Fresh 36, Gamble on Ginter. We got a lot of content coming soon. I'm glad to join you guys on this podcast. Make sure check out, rate, and subscribe. But Gamble on Ginter, once again, follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
And as always, NBF_Clo, NBF_Trill on Twitter and Instagram, NBF_Podcast, Twitter, Instagram. Nothing but facts all together on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Mr. Imano, at Only Imano, Imano Talk, the Icon Network, Unwrap Sports, Poor America. Bye-bye. Next tape.